Now it's doing something, whatever it's doing.
Now, if you're struggling with self sabotage and you don't know where to start, here, right here on this podcast, we're building the community. I want to remind you breaking self sabotage patterns takes time. You've been operating like this for years, every decade, like I was. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate the small wins. We're building a community of people committed to breaking these cycles.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Terror to Triumph. This is Alfonso Pelt, and with me is Storm, my co-host. How are you doing today,
I'm
Storm?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm a little excited to talk about what we're talking about today.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
Again, we're here to help survivors of childhood trauma. For those new joining to the podcast, we are here to help anyone. Both Storm and I are both survivors of childhood trauma, and we are using our stories to help change the lives of others by giving a community of safeness, of awareness, and information that you could use to help you in your current situations, whatever that may be. If you look down at the bottom of the page or in the window, you'll see a whole bunch of information. We're on several different platforms, and we are also giving out national emergency numbers that you could use or jot down if you're in a crisis or if you are in need of immediate help. Storm and I are not therapists. We're not psychiatrists. We are survivors. We're just like you. The only difference is we're coming to you with help that you need. We didn't have that help when we needed it. So we decided to make a platform for people to come and learn and grow and escape the fear and the guilt and the regret that we have as survivors growing into our adult age. Now, enough about the intro. Let's talk about where we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about something really important. How do you know when you need help? Okay. A lot of survivors are trying to push through. They're trying to move on. They're telling themselves, I should be over this by now, or I'm fine. I don't need the help. I don't need therapy. But underneath, you're struggling. You're sabotaging your relationships. You're pushing people away. You're having emotional reactions that don't make sense. You're stuck in a pattern and you can't break it. You don't realize that these are the red flags that are signs that you need professional support.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're not broken. You just
Nope.
need help learning how to reacclimate to society because you no longer need this. The what your mind has set you up to keep you in survival mode. You don't need that anymore.
Mm-mm.
But a trauma informed therapist can show you how to break those cycles in a supportive and helpful way. Today, Storm and I are breaking down these red flags, the signs that tell you it's time to reach out to a trauma informed therapist. Because here's the truth: recognizing you need help isn't weakness,
Mm-mm.
it's wisdom, it's
Yes.
self awareness. It's the first step toward healing. Storm, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Absolutely. I didn't recognize my own red flags for a long time. I thought I was broken. But once I understood what these signs meant, everything changed. Just everything, totally.
Hmm. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start with our emotions. Trauma changes how you feel and how you process feelings. So, first red flag is unexplained emotional reactions. Okay. One moment you're doing fine and something small happens. You might not really recognize what it is, but someone raises their voice, or you see a certain person, or you hear a song, and suddenly you're flooded with intense emotion, anger, fear, sadness, shame. And it feels uh, disproportionate. That's the word I'm trying to say. Disproportionate to what happened. You're thinking, why am I so upset?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't that big of a deal, but your nervous system is reacting to a trigger. It's connecting this moment to your trauma. Second red flag is emotional numbness. On the flip side, you might feel none. Might feel nothing is real. You go through the motions, but you don't feel anything. Like you feel like I should be feeling something, but I don't feel nothing. You're with people you love and you feel disconnected. You're doing things you used to enjoy, but they don't bring you joy anymore. This dissociation is an emotional numbing. Your
Mm-hmm.
nervous system is protecting you by shutting you down. Another red flag is persistent anxiety or hypervigilance.
Yes.
You're constantly on edge. You're scanning around for danger. You can't relax. You're tense. Even when you're safe, you might jump at sudden noises. That's me. I do that. I still do that.
Mm-hmm.
You might feel like something bad is about to happen. I still have that. You have
Yes.
difficulty sleeping because your mind won't shut off. I don't have that problem, but I imagine there are some of you that do. You feel your heart racing for no reason. Yeah, I get that. You're unable to sit with your back to a door, bro. That's a strong one right there. I do not like sitting with, I can't see who coming in. You know, just the other day, me and some of my fam, we went to the Apple store. Uh, One of my family members had to get her iPad checked out because it wasn't functioning properly. And the people in the Apple store, the workers there, took our information and told us to sit at the back like table. It's like a bar style table. It was real long. But you had two sides of the table you could sit on. And on the other side of the table, there was this wall. Is just a wall, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to sit on the other side of the table, but one of my family members sat with their back to everybody. And I was like, no. I was feeling that in my soul. I was like, no, I can't do that. I can't sit there. I was like, let's sit on the other side. I even mentioned it, but that was a trigger for me. Good morning, Shimishi. Appreciate you for chiming in. Yes, we are
Okay.
live on Facebook, and I can start to see people chiming in. So I thank y'all for coming in and watching the live. Um, you might be unable to sit with your back to the door. What I just mentioned, that was my personal experience.
Yes.
You'll have intrusive thoughts, like unwanted thoughts keep popping in your head. You're not trying to think about this stuff, or certain parts of your trauma keep coming back, and you're trying to get them out your head, but they keep coming. Imagining worst case scenarios and violent or disturbing images. These thoughts feel like they mean something to you or about you,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't. They're your brain trying to process the trauma. Okay. Another red flag is shame and self blame. You carry shame about what happened, blaming yourself, and you're thinking it was my fault or I should have known better. or that I'm damaged, or I'm dirty, or I feel dirty, or no one would want me if they knew about this. This shame is keeping you isolated and stuck.
It's the-
Okay? If you're experiencing any of these emotional red flags, that's a sign that you need professional support. Your emotions are telling you something. You need to listen to them. They're pointing you towards healing.
Yes. So now we're dealing with relationship red flags.
Mm,
Trauma doesn't just affect you internally, it shows up in your relationship. I know. And if you are seeing these patterns, it's time to get help. Pushing people away. When someone get close, you push them away. You might create conflict out of nowhere, find reasons to end the relationship, withdraw emotions, stop communicating, test people to see if they will leave. This is fear. This is fear. Your nervous system learned that closeness equals danger.
mm,
So it's protecting you by keeping people at a distance. Please, please, people pleasing and difficulty setting boundaries. And many of us have this, you know. You
mm-hmm.
constantly putting others' needs before your own. You can't say no. You're afraid of disappointing people. You might over apologize, take on too much responsibility, sacrifice your own needs, stay in situations that hurt you, feel
Mm-hmm.
guilty for having boundaries. This is your flaw response. You learn that being good keeps you safe. And not necessarily because I was responsible for all this, being over apologetic. You know, I was sacrificing my own needs and I was taking on too much responsibility, which was very stressful. You don't want to stress yourself out because it will stress you out, fam. Trust
Absolutely.
issues. Yes, trust issues. You can't trust your partner, even though they're giving you no reason not to. You're suspicious of their motives, afraid they'll leave you, checking up on them. Um, you unable to believe that they care about you. Trauma teaches you that people aren't safe. So your nervous system is protecting you by not trusting, which is not good, you know, because you don't want to be in these positions not trusting your own partner or, you know, just checking up on them all day long. And that's what this is all about when you see this pattern. So know
Mm-hmm.
that your partner needs some help. This will let you know that your partner needs some help because you're like, why is he checking up on me all the time? Or why is she checking up on me all the time? It's a
Right.
trauma. It's a trauma issue, fam. So emotional withdrawal. When things get hard, you shut down. You avoid touch, stop communicating, retreat into yourself. You go silent, become cold or distant. Your partner is trying to connect, but you can't. You are flooded and you need to protect yourself.
Right.
Being in this state.
Mm,
Conflict avoidance or explosive anger. You either avoid all conflicts, which means issues never get resolved, kind of been there, um,
mm.
or you explode over small things, which I have. There's no middle ground. You're either shut down or you raging, which I raged a lot. This is your nervous system in fight or freeze mode. You can't regulate your emotions in the middle. Difficulty with intimacy, physical or emotional intimacy triggers you. You might avoid sex, freeze during intimacy, feel disconnected during intimate moments, have pain during sex, feel shame about your body. Your body is holding trauma. Intimacy feels unsafe. If you are seeing these patterns in your relationship, that's a sign that you need professional support to heal your nervous system.
Yes.
Your relationship patterns aren't character flaws, they're survival response. And with help, you can change them. So back to you,
You,
Alfonso.
there was so much in that segment that you just said,
Yes,
and I like connected with a lot of that, especially
yes,
the shutting down, the emotional withdrawal, retreating into
yeah,
yourself, stop communicating, going silent. I've done all that become cold
Yes.
or distant. And the other part where the trust situation, oh man, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that difficulty with intimacy, avoiding sex or freezing during intimacy or feeling disconnected, shame about the body. Or, I mean, this is
I had
so
pain.
look,
The
look,
pain.
look, look. This, I mean, that's a lot to take on the chin for real, because that was like a whole bunch of
I was actually running. I was
you
running away
see,
from it. I
right?
was running.
Avoiding, that was avoidance,
Yeah,
right?
I was running. I was like, if you said, "Oh, we're gonna be intimate tonight," I was like, I was trying to think of 500 excuses why I couldn't do nothing, and it
And
wasn't no headache.
my man always ran towards, can I do this? Can I do this? I didn't know if I could. Can I do this? And I thought it
Mm,
was something, physically wrong with me. Like, like I didn't have the, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Without saying,
it wouldn't
but
stay strong. It wouldn't stay up. It wouldn't stay ready because
no,
of your
just not
trauma.
getting to that point
Yeah,
whatsoever. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like the initial, like you would be intimate as far as kissing, playing around, or whatever, and you would eventually get aroused. But that was not there. That part was not there. And
I
this
was
is what
running.
we talking about. Real stuff, y'all. Real stuff. And it don't get no realer than that.
Yeah,
Uh, and we not holding back no punches. We talking
nope.
about real stuff and how it applies to us, to let you know you are not alone out here. I mean, you having situations happen to you and you thinking that you are the isolated situation, nobody can understand you, but hey, from a man and a woman's, well, I should point the other way.
Yeah,
A woman's perspective, we both know, about this stuff. We trying to tell you, hey, you don't have to live in fear and shame anymore. This
get
community
some
here
help.
is a no judgment zone.
Hmm.
We created this for you to come and get the knowledge, everything that you need, understand yourself, your situation, and get help. That's what we're here for. So,
Hmm.
without further ado, let me go on to the next segment. Behavioral red flags and self sabotage is our next segment. Okay.
Yeah.
So, this is how trauma shows up in your behavior. These are things you're doing sometimes without even realizing it. I feel like I'm about to get jumped on again because they're about to talk about it. But self sabotage. Okay,
Hmm.
here we go. You're on the verge of something good and you sabotage it. You
Yes.
procrastinate on important tasks, or you fail to prepare for the opportunities. You avoid success. You undermine your own efforts, and you create chaos right when things are going well. This is your nervous system saying, I don't deserve good things, or good things don't last, so why try? Wow. Wow, because I did those things. I did
Hmm.
those things. Avoidance. Okay, you're avoiding situations, people, places that remind you of your trauma. You might not go to certain locations. You might avoid certain types of people. You might skip social events or call in sick to work or isolate yourself. Boom, here's a big one right here. You skip social events. I have never been to any of my high school reunions. None.
Yeah.
None. It's not the people themselves. It was that they reminded me of a time when I was being assaulted. They
Yeah.
remind me of that. It's not
Yeah.
them, it's me in my head. If I see this person, it's going to take me back to a time I don't want to go back to. So I avoid the whole situation. Not them, they're good people, is me up here. So those are the avoidance certain types of people. Those are avoiding social events. Okay, so this is real stuff. This is not just something we Googled and looked up and said, okay, it'd be cool to say this. This is real stuff, man.
Yes, it's real.
Okay. While avoidance feels safe in the moment, it keeps you stuck. Your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay. Risky or harmful behaviors. You start engaging in behaviors that hurt you. Okay. Reckless driving. I'm guilty. I used to drive fast everywhere on the street, on the freeway, flying for no reason. I used to drive fast. I got a lot of tickets too. I almost had my license revoked because of that, but that was something I did. Substance abuse is another thing. Again,
Guilty.
um, unsafe sex. I'm gonna
Mm,
put my
mm,
head down on that one, but I admit that was me.
mm.
Self harm. That was the thoughts of suicide and stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
or some people experiencing self mutilation, cutting, or uh, starving themselves. Or these are all like, oh, that's the next one, disordered eating. So these are actual things that people do. Excessive spending.
Yes.
Yep, yep. I'm guilty of that too. I had a lot of trouble with my finances because of that. Whenever I started to feel bad, I go buy something to try to make myself feel
Yes.
better.
Feel good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did that.
These are ways you're trying to numb the pain or punish yourself. Difficulty concentrating or remembering. Okay, that's me. I've been like that ever since I can remember. And that started right after the trauma. For real though.
Yes.
And I had focusing. I forget my wallet. I forget my keys. And this wasn't like just an isolated incident. This would be like on a daily basis. I get
Hmm.
up in the morning, I can't find my wallet, I can't find my keys, I don't know, I can't find this, I can't find that. So I was young, I was in grade school, I was forgetting homework, I was forgetting books. I'd be forgetting. I was just forgetting stuff. You start projects and don't finish them. You
Right.
lose track of time. You forget appointments. You can't follow conversations. Um, yeah, I had that. I had that one. That was pretty bad. Brain fog. Okay. You struggle to learn new things.
A little
Somewhat,
bit.
somewhat.
Somewhat. Not all the time.
Yeah, that depends on what it was, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So this is your prefrontal cortex offline. Your brain is prioritizing survival over everything else. If you have sleep problems, you're probably having nightmares, unable to fall asleep, waking up in the middle of the night, sleeping too much, feeling exhausted no matter how much you sleep. I was waking up in the middle of the night too.
I was
Your
waking up in the
nervous
middle of the
system,
night.
yeah, you too.
Yeah.
See, your nervous system is dysregulated. It can't relax enough for quality sleep. Perfectionism or excessive control is another red flag. You're trying to control everything because control feels safe. So we got the two hands up on that one. You have rigid routines. That was me. You be overly critical of yourself. You set impossible standards. Need everything to be just so. You struggle when things don't go as planned. This is your nervous system trying to prevent bad things from happening. If you're seeing these behavioral patterns, it's time to reach out for help. Your behaviors are messages from your nervous system. They're telling you it needs support to feel safe. Over to you, Storm.
Yeah, well, like you say, I had a lot of trouble. I had, like when I set a goal for something and I wanted to be perfect, it can't be just not this. It has to be perfect. And I get nervous and I get upset when it don't go the way. I'm very controlling when it comes to certain things. And people be like, oh, she not, she just easy going. No, but I am very controlling when it don't go my way. I get upset. I may not
Hmm.
show it, but on the inside, I'm screaming like, I'm
That's me.
screaming like,
Yeah.
why, why you do this? Why you come in and interrupt this? Can you please up?
Hmm.
You know, I mean, if I'm
Ooh.
working on
Ooh.
something and somebody interrupts me, I like, can you please? It's in my head. I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm like, can you please shut up? I just want to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm on a timeline. To me, in my brain, I'm on a timeline. To you, you feel like, oh, it's nothing. But to me, I'm on a timeline. And
Right.
my brain is telling me, do it, get it over, do it, get it. And you just steady talking. And I'm like, please, I'm screaming, like, you know,
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah. Also,
Yes.
like you watching a movie and people keep interrupting you.
I think that's why I don't like movies. I think that's why I don't
Mm,
care no more. I have become numb to the movie buff, and I noticed that you love movies, but I think that's why I stopped watching a lot of movies because it was always, excuse me, can you and I'm like, you seen me when I started it. I asked everybody before I started, can you, like, do you want anything? Are you in need of anything? Can I help you?
mm,
Because once I push play, oh, I'm sorry. I know that. No. And at that time, I'm just cringing. So now I don't want to
mm-hmm.
watch the movie no more. I done stopped it. Uh, is you mad? On the inside, yes, I am mad. On the outside, I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's
Yeah.
okay. But
See
on the
that's us
inside,
fawning.
I'm
That's us
cringing.
fawning.
And this is what you go through, fam. And this is the sign of your trauma. This is the sign of that because I was cringing on the inside. But get
Mm,
into the physical red flags of, getting back on track. Trauma isn't just mental or emotional, it's stored in your body, and your body is giving you red flags too.
mm,
Chronic pain or tension. You may have pain that doctors can't explain. You may have chronic headaches, experience neck or shoulder tension, have back pain, feel pain in your stomach or your chest. Well, I haven't got there yet. Have muscle tension throughout your body. Your body is holding the trauma. It braces for danger.
mm,
You're exhausted. You feel fatigue. You're exhausted all the time. Even after sleeping, you feel drained. You know, this is
mm-hmm.
because your nervous system is working overtime trying to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Frequent
See that.
illnesses. You getting sick a lot, cold, flu, infections. Your immune system is compromised because of your nervous system is deregulated.
Mm-hmm.
Chronic stress weakens your immune system. Your body can fight off illness. So don't do this to your body. Digestive issues. You have stomach problems, IBS, nauseated, lost of appetite, constipated, or diarrhea, either one. Your gut is connected to your nervous system. When your nervous system is deregulated, your digestive suffers for it.
Mm,
So, startle response, you jump at sudden noises like Alfonso was saying at the beginning, you jump at noises or movement. Your nervous system is constantly on alert mode. And we are responsible for that. Changes in appetite or weight. I tend to lose weight. You'll lose your appetite, overeat, have significant weight changes, crave certain foods, lose interest in eating. Your body regulation system is off. If your body is giving you these signs, listen, your body is asking for help. Your body holds wisdom. When it is sending these signals, it's time to get professional help. Remember that. And back to you, Alfonso.
Mm. So you're recognizing red flags in yourself. Now what? When should you reach out? The truth is, if you're noticing any of these signs, it's time. I see Mishi, you say you shut down and you stop talking. I see you. Yeah, yeah, that's especially like you when I was in an argument, right? And I just stopped arguing back. I let the person just throw fire all over me, but I wouldn't say nothing back. I just sit there and look at them like, what you want me to do? I'm not gonna argue with you. And I'm not gonna get emotional about this, even though I'm emotional wreck on the inside. So yeah, I stopped talking and I wouldn't respond. So I just shut down. And that's a deep one right there, because then the other person is trying to figure you out, and then they keep going because they want you to respond, which obviously is a cycle that's just gonna end up in disruption. But the truth
I was
is, like,
I was the
huh, I'm sorry.
rager. I was the rager. On the other hand, I was the raging person. So I did the raging,
Mm.
which made me, you gave me the ammunition to end the relationship. So I rage up. And once I raged up, it was like, we done.
And then when I'm thinking, and I see something that I think is a red flag, I'll sit back and try to watch and see if his red flags are like more than one red flag. And if I see more than one red flag, I won't. I might say something. Nowadays I might say something, but before I was shutting people out. Like, I you blocked. You thought the block game on TikTok or Instagram was tight. I was the block king. Shoot, they thought I had a crown on. I was the block king, and I was cutting people off left and right, like, and it would be no emotion behind it, except for the fact that I felt like I had to start all over again. When why isn't this working? And it's actually me that's messing everything up. So, yeah. So you don't have to wait if you're in crisis. Okay, you don't have to wait till you hit rock bottom. You don't have to be bad enough. You know what I'm saying? If you feeling these symptoms, you can go right now. You can search for a trauma informed therapist right now. You don't have
Hmm.
to wait until, well, I don't have enough symptoms yet. No, 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 no. Because now you're trying to play yourself out. So don't do that. If you're having some symptoms and you realizing some of these patterns, go seek some help, please. Don't be like me when I was avoiding and avoiding, avoiding. I'm 54 years old now, and I'm just not starting to see a therapist. How far would I have been now if I'd have saw a therapist back in my 20s or 30s or 40s? But because I kept telling myself I could do this, I could do this, and I put all the weight on my own shoulders, I pushed people away, good people. Yeah. So if you're struggling, that's enough. That's reason enough. If you're noticing the patterns hurting you, that's enough. If your relationships are suffering, that's enough. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to acknowledge your red flags, okay?
Hmm.
Notice the ones that show up in your life, because your red flags might be different from my red flags, might be different from Storm's red flags. So
Hmm.
find the red flags that you are presenting, okay? Don't judge yourself. Don't say, "Oh, I got that. Oh, now, now I got this. I messed up. I got." No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't guilt trip yourself. Your mind is just doing that. Your nervous system is just doing that because it's trying to protect you. So don't hate your nervous system for keeping you alive. That's what it's been doing. It's been doing its job quite effectively, actually. All you need to do is thank your nervous system and seek the help to change your nervous system way of functioning. And you do that by seeking out a therapist. The therapist will
Mm-hmm.
help you through it. And it takes time. You got to put in the effort. You just can't go see a therapist and let them just stare at you or run off at the mouth, or you just talk about anything besides your trauma. You got to put in the work. You got to
Yes.
knuckle down and get into the meat of the situation. Okay. So call a therapist. You know, these aren't character flaws, they're survival responses. And you should schedule a consultation with your therapist. You can go to peltsemporium.com. That's www.peltsemporium, peltsemporium.com, and join our community. You don't have to do this alone. You
Mm-mm.
can also follow us on most major podcasts. But if you want to follow the videos, you can follow the videos on our YouTube channel. YouTube channel is Terror to Triumph, TerrorToTriumph, Terror to Triumph Live. And you can watch our videos there. You can see all our past videos, or you can become a member on Pelts Emporium, become a site member, and you can have access to all the podcasts and all the videos. So all
Yes.
in one spot, you can get everything. And only the members who sign up can get that access. So be honest. Tell your therapist about the red flags you're presenting. The more honest you are, the better they can help you. So don't hold nothing back. And you have to be honest with yourself about this too, because how can you get your real healing if you're not honest with yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Your therapist is only going to help you as far as what you tell her or him. So the more honesty, the better for you. Okay. And then you got to give it time, because healing doesn't happen overnight, like I mentioned before. But with the right support, it does. It happens. You
Yes.
deserve help. You deserve healing. And recognizing you need it is the bravest thing you can do. Reaching out for help isn't a weakness, though. It's the strongest thing that a person can do, because you're coming from trauma and you're reaching out. You're reaching out for that help. Your hand is reaching out. Help me, help me. And somebody's going to be there to help you. One of the numbers down there on the bottom of the screen, somebody's on that line waiting to help you. Or you can call around and find a therapist and talk to the therapist. And one of our other episodes is how to find a therapist that's good for you. So if you go back and check out that episode, then you can see how you can ask questions and what questions would work better for you and what wouldn't. And you can search around and find somebody who's willing to sit down and talk to you about their methods. So this week, I want you to identify your red flags. I want you to schedule a consultation with a trauma informed therapist. So, in order to do that, you got to search around for a therapist who does trauma therapy. Okay. So, then come and join us Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Same place, same time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can ask us questions live. As you can see, we talked to somebody who was live here today, and we will do a more informal session on Tuesdays. We are over our time by almost 10 minutes, but I went longer today because we didn't have a session last Tuesday. I apologize about that. What happened was I started a new job. Well, I had the same job, but I started in a new location. And the location shifted me through different shifts. I was on first shift, then I was on the afternoons, then I went to midnights. So the time frame had me all out of sorts, and I overslept. And I apologize to my viewers for that. We didn't get a chance to do our first Q&A when we were supposed to. So now that I got some kind of handle, I'm working on my midnights now, and hopefully we'll see how that goes in the future. And if there's any changes that would come up, you can go check out Terror to Triumph on TikTok. And that's our platform where we give out information about our scheduling day to day. I also do that on our video stream. So you might catch a video stream on our YouTube channel, Terror to Triumph Live, and you might find the information that was there because I changed the schedule time like 3 different times. I think I changed it to 8 a.m. at first, and then I went to 10:30 a.m. Uh, so actually, I already had it at 8 p.m. Then I went to 8 a.m. Then I went to 10:30 a.m. So hopefully, we'll maintain the schedule. But should there
Mhm.
be any more changes, we will inform you through TikTok, our TikTok channel, or the video so you can watch that. So do me a favor, y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor. Listen up. I need y'all to share this information. I need y'all to share Terror to Triumph. I need y'all to go out and tell your friends about Terror to Triumph because the statistics are real. Out of every 10 people, 4 to 6 people have suffered some form of childhood trauma. If you look at the numbers in America, that's in America now. If you look at the numbers in America, you say out of every 1 million people, that's 400,000 to 600,000. And they said the numbers are diminished because most people don't report. They don't report to the police about the trauma that they've been through. I didn't report it to the police about my trauma. So that's very accurate. You know, most people are not gonna speak up or speak out about their trauma. But we're here to tell you it's okay to do so. We're not trying to give power to the people who hurt us anymore. And this is how we take our power back by speaking up, speaking out, creating this community for you, me, Storm, and any other survivors out there who want to get more help, want to find out what's going on with them, find out how to deal, how to cope, situational, whatever, you know. So we're here for that. If you have any questions, you could reach out to our email, terror, the number two, triumph at gmail.com. You can also uh, become a member on Pels Emporium and use the chat to send a message to us there. Um, be gentle with yourself. Recognizing that you need help is a big step, and you need to celebrate that. You're like, okay, I need help, and I'm gonna find it. You know, push yourself, encourage yourself. You're not broken. You're healing, and asking for help is how you get there. Over to you, Storm.
Yeah, before we go, remember Charity Trump is supported by Pels Imperial. When you purchase sportswear and merch from Pels Imperial, anything except for Crystal Corners, the proceeds go directly to supporting this broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
You get quality items while helping us keep these conversations going.
Yes.
Head to www.peltimperial.com to shop and support the podcast. And while you're here, join us live on Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for interactive episodes where you can ask us questions and be a part of our community. Remember, we're all beautiful. Alfonso,
That.
back to you.
Yeah. We are all beautiful. That's the slogan for Pels Emporium. Every human has some type of beauty to them. Talking about inner beauty. A lot of us don't face that inner beauty. We rather act out and do other things. But we are all created beautiful on the inside. So that's where that slogan comes from. If you're hearing yourself in these red flags, know this: you're not alone. You saw how many times we done threw up our hands today. Both Storm and I. We was throwing up our hands like we was waving like the president. Okay. But on the real, that's real. You know, you're not alone. We're here for you. Millions of survivors are experiencing the same thing. And you think about it, we got 300 and some odd million people in America. So imagine the numbers of those, you know, 4 to 6 out of every 10. How many are those? That's hundreds of millions of people who have suffered some form of child abuse, whether it's verbal, mental, physical, sexual, the four horsemen. Somebody has suffered or have witnessed some form of trauma. That's a lot, y'all. That is a lot. That is a lot. And those numbers are diminished because most of us don't report. So recognizing your patterns, your red flags, that's the first step. That's awareness. And
Hmm.
that means that awareness can lead to change. So next Saturday, January 25th, we're diving into something powerful, okay? How to start the healing conversation with your therapist. What do you say in the first session? How do you open up? Yeah. That. How do you open up? How do you ask for what you need? We're going to walk you through it. We thank you for being here. We thank you for your honesty. Thank you, Miss Mishi, for coming on and joining us on the live.
Thank you.
Thank you for choosing to heal. I'm Alfonso Pelt. This is Terror to Triumph, and this has been Storm, my co-host. We're going to see you Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for interactive Q&A. We want you to keep recognizing, keep healing, and keep moving forward. Storm, would you like to let them know about your platform on TikTok?
Oh, you can come to Diamanda at TikTok. That's DI apostrophe capital AMONDA at TikTok. And you can do that Monday through Fridays. I go live 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I go from at 8 o'clock 8 o'clock PM Central Standard Time. On Saturdays and Sundays, I go on at 11:30 Central Standard Times. My platform is telling you about how to de-stress yourself, what you about your anxieties and your depression, and talking a little bit about the trauma issues too. I also do a workout at the beginning of my sessions because your workouts is about the body, and if you get the body right, then that kind of like decreases the trauma that's going on in the body. Back to you.
Forgive me, I'm over here cracking up. It's not you. It's not about what you were saying. Somebody's in the studio. And they're on the side. They looking at me crazy. So I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to crack up. But you know, if you knew me, it's hard for me not to crack a smile or laugh. Yeah, my mama. So
Hey, mama.
yeah, thank you for saying hey to my mama. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we thank you for joining us, and this has been Terror to
Yes.
Triumph. I'm Alfonso Pelt.
Pimp.
This is Storm, and we will see you next week Tuesday at 10:30. Take care, everybody.